Hey, Matt Boggs here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I'm getting in the festive vibe going on. I got my tree up and we're excited for the holidays. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you a strategy for how you can create the very best year of your life. Now, why does that matter to you and your love life? Well, love is attracted to people who are in love with their life. Great relationships come to those who are in love with their life. Now, you might be the kind of person who you create vision boards to create what you want. You set goals. You maybe do your New Year's resolutions. And all of those things are important and they matter. But I'm going to share with you another practice that highly successful people use to create the year that they love. Growing up, my parents would always say, you know, Matt, some people live 90 years, but way more people live 1 year 90 times. And it's because they don't actually take the time to design a life that they would absolutely love. Now is the time to design that life. You don't want to do it too late. You don't want to do it after the new year starts because the new year is already underway. What you want to do is actually create momentum that will carry you in to your new year and your new experience. So there's a tool that you're going to need for this process and it will help you do this exercise. And I just ordered it for myself as a gift a few days ago. It just arrived. It's my favorite gift that I get myself every single year. So I'm going to grab that right now and show you what it is. Here we go. This is it. I am so excited about this. Check this out. All right. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. You see what this is? Let's read it together. An erasable wall planner. In other words, this is a giant calendar that goes on your wall with which you can create and blueprint an amazing life that you love. Now, in a moment, I'm going to take you up to my office. I'm going to put this calendar on the wall and I'm going to explain step by step exactly how the process works. And it might be considered a little bit of work. So if you don't like work, then turn the video off now. But if you want to create a life that you love, I highly encourage you to engage in this process and go through it with me because it has absolutely changed my life and I know it will serve you as well. So let's head up to the office and we're going to dive in. All right, here we are in my office, and here it is, your 12-month calendar, right? It's posted on my wall where I can see it every single day, and that's key number one. You want your calendar up where you can see it every day. It's great to have one on your phone. You can have flip calendars, but getting one where you can see the whole year at once on a daily basis is key. So there's a couple of mindsets that we get in as we dive into this process of creating a life that we love. What you're going to be doing is creating a blueprint for your most amazing year yet. And when we're creating this, there might be the temptation to think, well, how is that going to happen? Or that's not actually scheduled yet, or I haven't paid for that yet, or I don't know how I'm going to create this. Any doubt, any limitation that might come into your mind, lock all of that type of thinking out of the room. Your job during this process is simply to ask the question, what would I love? And if you would love it, put it on the calendar. You don't have to know how just yet. The first step here is creating a blueprint based on this calendar year. Now, the next tool that you want are a few wet erase markers with different colors so that you can put different categories of your life. You can write them down in different colors. Now, the first thing that you want to be thinking about, what goes on the calendar first? Number one thing to go on your calendar are your big rocks for your personal life, right? These are things like birthdays that matter to you, relationships that matter to you, where holidays you want to be a part of, vacations you want to take, things on your bucket list that you want to cross off for 2016. These are the things that if your life ended at the end of 2016, you could reflect back. If you were on your deathbed and you could think to yourself, you know what? I did what mattered to me in 2016. So those are the things that go on the calendar first. The birthdays, the holidays, the vacation, and the travel. The things that really fuel your soul from the personal side of your life. The next thing you want to put down on your calendar are your professional big rocks. And these can include passion projects for yourself. How do you want to grow yourself? What professional development events do you want to attend? Those go on your calendar. If you're doing a launch, or you're going to write a book, or you're going to, put out any kind of product, when do those come down and when are those launching on your calendar? You want to make sure that those are on there as well. Your next step after the professional big rocks is to step back and look at each month and ask yourself the question, does this month have the rhythm and flow that I would love? Is this a month that I am falling in love with? Is this the best month of my life? You look at February, you say, is this the best February of my entire life? As you look at that. And if it's not the best February of your entire life, you have to ask yourself, why? Why would I not design the best February I've ever lived? And if it's not, what would it take to make this the very best February I've ever had? And you want to look at it from the perspective of, is this amazing and does it have the right rhythm and flow? And what I mean by that is there can be a temptation when you first start doing this, and this happened to me, is I packed in the things that I wanted, all the personal things I wanted to do, the professional events I wanted to attend, the football games I wanted to go to, the ski trips I wanted to go to, and I packed it in every single week. And at the end of the month, I was exhausted. And I was like completely overwhelmed. And then what I learned is, wow, I didn't have the right amount of going out and having friend time and having personal and professional development time, but then also having downtime. So I was looking at my year and really what would create an amazing year, I actually started to schedule my downtime. And I scheduled the actual weekends that I was going to be home, and I put those in the calendar. And then I put those in my phone. And then when I would get an invite where a friend would say, hey, Matt, do you want to go to the Steeler game this weekend? I look at my phone and say, that sounds amazing. And I have something else that I'm committed to that I absolutely love doing. Now we talked about the colors. So for your professional life, you can pick one color like red. For your personal life, you can pick another color. Black, it can be whatever color you want it to be, but it really helps identify on the calendar when it's something personal and when it's something professional in your life. Now again, you don't have to know exactly how these things will come about, okay? Because everything that has ever been created was always first a thought in the mind of the person before it became an experience or brought into reality. I'll give you a quick story. Back in 2014, I bought my calendar. I said, what would I love for 2015? I thought, you know what? I would love for my birthday week to go to Maui. Never been to Maui. I would love to go to Maui. I would love to bring my wife, our daughter. I would love to bring her family, her parents, her brother. That would be epic. That would be awesome. I had no idea how I was going to pay for it, how I would afford it. And last month, we just got back from Maui on the exact week that we had planned it out almost a year in advance. Look, there's my wife, myself, the little baby Bella is there. Check out this shot of the whole family. It was an epic, epic trip. A lifetime memory for myself, my wife, her family, and little baby Bella. And it all started with the seed of an idea, creating what it is that we want and laying the blueprint for an amazing life. So this is your opportunity to create a year that you absolutely love, the best year of your life. Engage in this process, kick out any of the doubters. You don't have to know how. It's all going to come to fruition. Stick with the question, would I love this? And if you would love it, put it on your calendar. The more energy you invest in this process, the more value you're going to get back in return. So I have a question for you now, and that is, what one or two things are you going to put in your next best year of your life that you want to make sure goes on your calendar? Go ahead and post a comment below. Share with me the one or two things that you want absolutely in your life so that it's one of the best years of your life. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like this video, please share it with someone that you care about. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can get the latest and greatest videos. I'm wishing you a fabulous holiday season, and I look forward to talking to you very soon.